Well, hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. Today is December 11th of 2017. My name is Pete Connor. I'm your host, and we've got a good informative first session, second one as well, but in studio we will have Dan Branstad, who's a CPA, has his firm here in town, Carlson Branstad CPAs, and he's going to talk to us about taxes. We're going to talk a little bit about the tax bill that's up in Congress for approval. And so we're going to be really looking forward to hearing what Dan has to say about that. And then we're going to move on to, and I might say that Dan is one of Owatonna Today's very valued sponsors. And then we'll move on to another very valued sponsor. We'll go on location this time to Anytime Fitness. And Leanne will be having an interview with those folks out there. We always appreciate your feedback as to what you see and hear on Owatonna Today. So if you do have some things that you'd like to see or you'd like to publicize, have us publicize people, places, events, and so forth, why don't you let us know that by giving us an email at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by calling the show's sponsor, Leanne, at 390-5751. And now we're going to take a few minutes for some sponsor messages, and we'll be right back with Dan. So please don't go away.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
This is Nancy Ness, Executive Director of the Steele County Food Shelf. I want to thank you for considering rounding up your purchases at our local Airways hardware store during the month of December. 100% of your donations will go to benefit those in need during this special time of year. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and a big greeting to Dan Branstad.
Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you, and the same to you, and I hope the season treats you well and your family, and we get our way through. It's always a little tension that comes with it. We should be thinking.
We need to relax.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to do that.
Yes.
Well, okay. I don't think you're going to be relaxing too much longer.
Well, this is the kind of season that gets us revved up. We get excited, and we actually look forward to it. So we're happy that it comes around.
Give us a thumbnail of the firm in terms of what you do and who's with you.
Okay. Well, we have a fairly small firm. It's myself and Dwayne Carlson. He's the managing general partner there. And Julie Radu is there as well. She helps us out there too. So it's just a three-person firm. We're very personable, and we do a lot of tax work, of course, and we do a lot of financial statement work and consulting to our clients as well.
Okay, good. And how long have you been in business?
Well, Dwayne and I have been partners for more than 10 years, but I've been in public accounting, and so has Dwayne, for in excess of 30 years each. Sure. So we're old, crusty accountants.
But I have to tell you, I mentioned to Dan on the way in, I said, where's the gray hair? I mean, for a tax accountant, you should have, he's got no gray hair. He kind of, he says, if you look, you're right, you have to look.
There's plenty there, believe me.
Keep what you got. Well, let's hear from you about what's happening in Washington and how that might have an impact on us.
Yeah, well, first I'd like to just bring out a couple of hot topics, I think, from the IRS right now. And maybe the biggest one is in the area of contributions. The IRS is always looking for receipts when they do any auditing. So if you don't have a receipt from your charitable giving, you need to obtain that, and that receipt has to state that there's no goods or services that have been exchanged for that. If you do not have a receipt for that, the contributions that are more than $250, that is, if you don't have that receipt, it's purely thrown out, and you have no recourse to get it. So very important, keep that receipt. So that's the biggest thing.
But there's a point you just made, and that had to do with the amount, $250. So
yes.
a $50, $100, I suppose the rule is the same, but maybe there's a little less scrutiny.
Yeah, the requirement is any contribution in excess of 250.
Okay.
The requirement is you have to have that receipt. Okay. So obviously, we always recommend that you keep all of your receipts. Very important for that. But the $250 required receipt is a must.
Okay. Good. All right, that's a good tip. Yeah.
So the other things that I'd like to go through is just what Congress is up to at this point in time. And
we all want to know, don't we?
Oh, jeez. And I'm just going to go through a list that I've generated here about what we can actually expect to happen. The medical deductions is probably going to be gone. The loss of the deduction for state and local taxes is probably going to be gone. You're not going to be able to deduct your real estate taxes any longer. However, there is some good things that also are going to come up. The standard deduction is going to increase, so that will help a lot of people.
Talk about standard deduction.
Okay. If you don't itemize your deductions, everybody gets a flat deduction, and that's called the standard deduction. Okay. So if you're not one of those folks that itemize your deductions, you can always rely on taking that standard deduction.
Is that standard for a certain income? Does it change for income?
No,
for everybody?
Everybody would get that.
Okay.
There's also an increase in the child credits, and I believe that was $500. That is the recommended amount. The alternative minimum tax, however, is looking like it's going to go away, and that's going to be a big item, especially for those folks that pay a lot of taxes and are in the higher brackets. And so the higher education credits are going to go away. Currently, there's 3 different types of credits for education, and they're talking about making that down to 1 type of credit instead. So that's going to simplify quite a few things as well. The home mortgage interest deduction is going to be reduced from a loan that is $1 million to $500,000. So that may not affect a lot of folks in this area, but of course those in areas like California, for example, probably could feel that effect. And another big deduction is the employee business expenses. They're looking at eliminating that as well. So that is really going to have a big impact, especially on salesmen that use their mileage, for example, as a big deduction if they don't get reimbursed for it. So, and there's a lot of other items too. Moving expenses, there's no change. I'm sorry, there's no longer going to be a moving deduction for expenses. Depreciation for some businesses is also going to be changed and expanded. The bonus depreciation, if you know what that is also going to be increased and modified. So what we do with all of these, or what we're recommending to a lot of our clients, is you may want to, for 2017, accelerate some of those deductions so that you can take advantage of them this year, because next year they'll probably be gone. So if you have real estate taxes where you're able to prepay that, you may want to consider that. If you are having charitable contributions, you may want to try to accelerate and pay more this year so you can take advantage of a deduction that may go away next year. There's also other things as well. The home equity loans may not be there next year, so you may want to consider getting rid of or paying off some of that home equity loan that's out there. Same thing with your vacation home. If you have a cabin or something like that, you may want to think about trying to pay that off, because the interest on the vacation home will not be deductible if Congress has its way. And then lastly, the one small item perhaps that will go away is the automobile license tabs. So if you haven't paid your tabs yet, you may want to consider accelerating and get that paid before the end of the year too. So what we're trying to do, or tell our clients, is if you owe state taxes, get it paid in December. And if you are thinking about making charitable contributions, try to get that in December too, to take advantage of the deduction this year, which may go away next year.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell.
It sounds, I don't know, to me, at any rate, it sounds as if for, I suppose, people like us. Well, I'm kind of retired, I suppose, and others who are middle income, you know. There's probably going to be more takeaway from our ability to do things as we've had in the past.
Yes.
And maybe not be replaced with something as or even close to being significant.
Yeah, the whole idea, supposedly the whole idea with this is Congress wants to simplify things. And so they're taking away a lot of these itemized deductions that we all have taken for granted in the past and trying to simplify and change tax rates and increase standard deductions and things like that to make it a little easier.
Yeah, well, I guess ease is fine, but if there's
I've never seen it happen before in a simplification case. So we're kind of on pins and needles, not really knowing what's going to pass and what it's going to be.
What's your take on the fact that now we have 2 bills that are now going into conference committee for hammering out, as they say. What do you think, what's the likelihood that they're going to get it through? They drop always these stakes in the ground. We got to do it before Christmas. Got to do something before the end of the year. Do you think that it's going to come to that, or will there be a loggerhead that they might have some difficulties with?
Boy, this is only my opinion.
Sure.
But I really do think that something's going to happen before the end of the year.
Okay.
Both the House and the Senate have pretty similar things. There's a lot of things that they have to duke out, but at least my humble opinion is I think it's going to happen.
It's going to happen, yeah. Okay. Anything else that would be for the weary and the wary that we should be aware of?
Gee, I think I tried to cover just about everything, but again, we're looking at trying to accelerate your expenses and take advantage of the deductions this year, which may be gone next year.
Yeah, okay. Well, and if they need further advice, they're welcome to stop in at the office and make an appointment. And
yeah, please give us a call anytime. We've always got the coffee on. Julie always keeps a big bowl of chocolate candies ready for everybody. Yeah, we invite everybody to come in and say hi.
Excellent. Well, good. Great overview, great input, and we thank you for that, and best wishes as the season begins to roll for you, and we'll catch up to you another time.
Thanks. I appreciate being here. Thanks for inviting me, and it's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. And thank you for being with us today as well. We're going to take a short break for some sponsor messages, and then we'll be right back. So please stay tuned.
Welcome to Bremer Bank. I am Jason Iberg.
And I'm Shannon Pedersen.
Bremer is a full financial services bank.
We invite you to stop by Bremer Bank and experience the Bremer difference.
You are always welcome at Bremer.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Since 1988, the Owatonna Area Business Development Center has been the part of the success of many area businesses. The center leases office space and manufacturing space and offers on-site business consulting. The Owatonna Area Business Development Center is in business to help your business be a success.
Hi, this is Eric with the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. A heated swimming pool, sauna, running track, cardio room, basketball court, weight room, and 6 tennis courts are among the amenities you can enjoy at our facility. We have a variety of membership packages available to meet the needs of everyone, or you can simply drop in for the day. Stop out today and take advantage of all we have to offer. West Hills Tennis and Fitness, encouraging and promoting a healthy lifestyle.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. I am out here at Anytime Fitness with owner Tim Anderson. Hi Tim, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. First of all, tell us where you are located, because some people may think you're still in your old location, which you haven't been for a couple of years.
Yeah, it's been about 3.5 years.
3.5, okay.
Yeah, 1010 Hoffman Drive, it's the old Walmart building.
Okay. And the move here actually gave you a lot more square footage.
Absolutely, yeah. We were maybe about 3,100 square feet. Previous. We just recently did an addition with another 1,600 square feet, so that brings us up to about 7,200 square feet.
Wow, that is amazing. And we'll actually take a look, because you just recently added additional weight room capability as well. Right now you are standing in your cardio section, and what I do want to say to the viewers is usually we come here in January because that's when everybody thinks they should get fit, but really, what's wrong with right now? I mean, it's before the holidays. Why don't you be proactive instead of reactive?
Well, you know, I think a lot of people they're busy. It's a busy time of year.
It is.
Christmas shopping, doing this and that, but again, it can also be a stressful time. This is a great stress relief. You know,
exactly.
Get on board and get into it, you know, sooner rather than later. Help keep off those pounds over the holidays. You know, the average person, you know, they come in here in January and they say, I'm going to put on 10 pounds over the holidays. The average person probably puts on maybe a pound or two.
Well, it just feels like more.
Tension and everything else. But yeah, get started sooner rather than later.
Right, exactly. And right now you are standing in your cardio area, and go through the various machines that you have here for cardio.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's the new step, which is great for physical therapy. You have your recumbent bikes. There's 8 treadmills, a couple of rowing machines. Get out of the way over here.
Okay.
And you have all your cross trainers, Stairmasters, and these are adaptive motion trainers, the last ones here on the right.
Okay, so tell us what an adaptive motion trainer
It
is.
adapts to your range of motion, so whatever you want to do, it will go for it. So basically you can do medium strides, you can go real long, gazelle type strides, Stairmasters. Very easy on the knees and the joints, but awesome for getting the heart rate up and burning the calories. So.
Okay, that's one machine that I have never tried, so I'm definitely going to have to do that. And then just beyond those machines, I see a doorway there, and tell us what's back there.
It's a aerobics studio where you can choose from any different variety of classes, from kickboxing, spin classes on bikes, sculpting step, yoga, Pilates, dance classes, and then they come in 20 and 35 and 50-minute classes.
Okay.
You can select from a wide variety of them, and the screen will come down, instructors will come on, and they'll take you through your classes. And that's, you know, it's nice because it's 24/7. Anytime you're here, you can come in, you can do it. You don't have to, you know, wait for an instructor. Or, you know, again, it can just be used for the room, can be used for stretching, or you know, whatever it is that people like to do.
People like to do, and you do have some spin bikes in there too.
Spin bikes as well, yeah.
So that's very popular right now as well. So actually, you run the full gamut besides the cardio and the machines and the weights.
Correct, yeah.
That's
something
amazing.
For everybody, I think.
Okay, let's go next to your circuit machines.
Sure.
So we've relocated to your circuit machine area, and tell us about this, Tim. I see an awful lot of Cybex equipment here.
A lot of Cybex equipment. Again, each of these machines in the circuit is designed to work a certain muscle group. So, you know, the nice thing with the circuit is you can move from machine to machine to machine, not having to rest in between because you are working different muscle groups.
Oh, okay.
So they're able to recover in between while you're working on a different machines. So. They work great. They're fairly easy to use. You're just putting the pin in for your weight selection, setting your tiers. You're off and running.
And then, is there a certain machine that you should start with, or can you just jump in anywhere within this circle and then just kind of
on your workout, what you're doing for that day? You know, sometimes people work, you know, upper body, some days lower body. Sometimes people do it all at the same time. So there's not necessarily a certain machine you should start with. It's just, you know, again, what you're feeling like that day and what you're programming.
Okay, and then this, if you do the whole circuit, then it works everything in your body.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is something really great. Okay, and then behind us now is the weight room. Let's go over there, and you can explain some of the items that you have there. Tim, we have now relocated to your one of your weight areas. Tell us about what's right behind you right now, because I'm not familiar with this.
These are just cage setups. You know, great for doing squatting and different types of lifts, bench pressing. You know, it's a safe way to bench. You can stick a bench in, set your safety bars lower.
Okay.
If you do get stuck, you can squeak out of it. So if you didn't have a spotter, that's the way you'd want to do it.
Okay.
We do have the bumper plates, which really helps you when people are doing deadlifts and things of that nature to kind of deaden the noise for others. So
Oh, okay, okay, all right. And then what do we have right here in the middle?
This is a torque fitness system, with TRX and all different types of stuff on there, the rings. It's just a functional training type of piece of equipment.
Okay, all right.
Popular. There's a Smith machine, another cage over there to the right.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have.
And then why don't we go around this way? We'll do a 360 here with you.
And then, out here it's just, we got the dumbbells, which go up to 120, and the benches that people will use to work out. With the dumbbells and do their workouts, the bench presses, curl bars, and your modular systems and stuff as well. So plenty of stuff for everybody. And then what we did was we expanded about 6 months ago, and we created a whole second free weight room with a lot of the same stuff, but also a lot of extra stuff to kind of help complement. And for busy times, if some of the people are in there and some of the people are in there, it makes it much more
a lot easier, right? Well, why don't we go take a look at your new addition?
Okay.
Right here. Okay,
right,
Tim. This is the addition that you have put on, and tell us what is new here.
Well, all the equipment is new. I mean, we put in about 1,600 square feet. We have more cages. Again, another set of dumbbells up to 100 with all the utility benches. Obviously your cable crossover, Smith machines, and then basically we brought in some hammer strength stuff, which are plate-loaded machines. You have your shoulder press, your seated dip, your seated calf, your bench press, a wonderful ab crunch. Just different ways to work the muscles. So they've been very, very popular. People really, really like them.
So my question is for me, this looks like this is stuff for guys.
Not necessarily.
It's not. So how do I figure out how to use this stuff?
If you need help, ask. I mean, that's the
okay. So you do have someone here.
We do have people to help. That's for sure.
Okay.
So you just come let us know. We'll take you back. We can show you how to work the machines, and if you need a program set up, we can certainly do that for you as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Why don't you go a little bit more into detail with that? So it's my first time here, and I come in. What are the services that you can offer me?
Well, like I say, if you're coming in, if you're new, if you don't know what you're doing, you can get a free fitness orientation where we look at your goals, how fast you want to get there, injuries and restrictions, if we need to work with and work around them, how many days a week you come and how long do you have when you get here.
Okay.
We can just make a nice program for you to follow to, I guess, help you maximize your time and see the best results. So.
Okay, so you can give me some advice on what I should or should not be doing depending on what my particular goals are.
Correct.
Okay, all right. And then tell me now your hours of operation.
Well, we're 24 hours. We're staffed generally 11:30 to 6 during the week.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to come out on Christmas, it's open. You can come out
it's
anytime
open.
you want, 24/7.
Because you got your little key fob there.
That fob, you're good. And then after 30 days, you also have access. There's, I think, over 3,850 Anytime Fitnesses now. You can go anywhere in the world.
Oh, okay. So that's after you've been a member for 30 days.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. How do I get signed up with you then?
You can call the club, 451-0144, or just pop out during staffed hours, and we can definitely get you helped out.
Okay, all right. Now, Tim, you've owned this particular franchise for a long time. How many years have you owned this?
Just about 13 years.
13 years, wow, okay.
Yep.
So were you one of the first people with Anytime Fitness?
I was the third Anytime Fitness first.
That's amazing, exactly. Wow.
So I've been around.
And how many facilities does Anytime Fitness have?
Over
roughly?
3,800.
3,800, wow, all across the world.
Yeah. So I opened the third one in December of 2002.
Wow.
So,
how did you come across this opportunity?
I worked for the guys who started it out of college.
Okay.
8 years at a club up in the city.
Oh, really? Okay. So you really did get right in on the ground floor.
Yep.
Okay. So now you offer gift certificates, which this might be something that you might want to consider giving for Christmas. Give the gift of health. How does one come about getting the gift certificate?
They would just have to stop in and we can get them set up. Just let us know the person that they're purchasing it for. Get them the key fob and stuff, and they're ready to go.
Okay,
they just need to let us know, how long they're wanting to purchase.
Oh, okay. So if you want it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, that kind of thing.
Full year, they
and then the person can decide themselves what to do. All right. Well, that's great. Anything else you wanted to share with us about Anytime Fitness?
Gosh, I just want to thank you for coming out. I
you bet.
really do appreciate it.
You bet. So audience, get a head start on your fitness. Don't wait till 2018. You can start right now and also avoid all the crowds and the rush kind of thing as well. So Tim, once again, where are you located?
We are in the old Walmart building, 1010 Hoffman Drive.
Okay, all right, and you can see it as you're going on Hoffman Drive.
Correct.
And you look right towards the Walmart. Plenty, I know, that's the one really nice thing. Plenty of parking, you don't have to worry about it. So thank you so much, Tim, for having us come and visit you. Audience, please stay with us. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Thank you.
Cedar Valley Services, located at the corner of Rose and Grove in Owatonna, provides an array of services for people with disabilities in Steele County. CVS thanks the entire community, especially our business customers, for supporting us in Owatonna for 43 years. Thank you from CVS.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and thanks so much for staying with us. Here are some community announcements for you for today. Volunteer advocates assist the Crisis Resource Center with their 24-hour crisis hotline by answering calls by the use of a Crisis Resource Center phone. The Crisis Resource Center provides the volunteer with 40 hours of advocacy training and as always has an advocate to help and answer questions. Anyone who is interested can contact the agency at 507-451-1202 or by email at crcsteelcounty, that is Steel, C-N-T-Y, at questoffice.net. Little Theater of Owatonna's 2018-2019 season will begin in the fall of 2018. If you are interested in directing and would like more information, please contact the Executive Secretary, Sharon Stark, at P.O. Box 64, Owatonna, or by email at sharon1889@charter.net. The deadline date for applying is December 29 of 2017. To help keep roads safe during the holidays, the Owatonna Police Department and Steele County Sheriff's Office will be participating with law enforcement statewide in an extra DWI enforcement campaign starting now and on weekends through December 30th. Associated Church will host its second annual Blue Advent Worship Service on Thursday, December 21st at 6:30 p.m. in the chapel at the church at 800 Havana Road in Owatonna. The Blue Advent Worship Service is a service which recognizes that in the midst of the lights, family gatherings, and celebrations, there are those who grieve and those who are alone. A time of prayer and healing will be offered, and all are welcome to attend this prayerful, intimate service. Be our guest. Free meals are available each week at Owatonna at the following locations. On Tuesday, St. Vincent's Table at St. Joseph's Catholic Church, serving from 5:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. Wednesdays at the Bethel Community Supper, Bethel Baptist Church, that is at 1611 Hemlock Avenue, serving from 5 to 6 p.m. And on Sunday, Meals of Hope, Trinity Lutheran at 609 Lincoln, serving from 5 to 6:15 p.m. And that's going to take care of it for today. Why don't you come back on Wednesday when we will have a couple of guys from the Owatonna Police Department, Jeff Mundale and Detective Joel Hunt from our department, as well as Mike Schwartfager and, from Aero Ace Hardware, and Nancy Ness from the Steele County Food Shelf for a discussion of the Roundup fundraiser for the agency. So good to have you here today. We look forward to having you back here on Wednesday.